What's up, guys? Perfection here. I am gonna start, continue on my little jumper solo trap series that I was doing, in the holidays, and then Super Wonder and KVK kind of put a delay in and all that. Um, I have jumped to another kingdom. I honestly got tired of waiting. There's an alliance that I'm gonna join up with, but right now what I'm doing is just getting all my buildings kind of leveled up. I'm gonna go to 14 on everything, and a lot of people will give me shit for going straight to 14 instead of doing my research as I go. The reason I'm doing that is just because I had some speed ups. I was in my mains alliance, so I got a lot of gifts. I'm gonna do a very minimal spending on this account, so I can kind of show people that aren't spenders really how to progress. So it's gonna take a little longer, but it'll be alright. I have bought 2 packs. I've bought the $5 and the $10 pack, and the only reason I even bought them was I wanted this max attack mode uh, for the dungeon, and the reason is you get a lot of 1 hour and 15 minutes. Sometimes you get a lot some 3 hour speed ups that way. I mean, and when I say a lot, I mean it's pretty significant how many you get. Like the packs I got, yeah, I got these 24 hour, some 15, 8 hour, 3 hours. But look how many 60 minute and 15 minute speed ups, and you get a lot from doing those. Matter of fact, just to, I've got 51,000 gold, so I'll show you kind of how many speed ups you get from doing this. Let's pick up 2 of these. And honestly, if you're in a decent alliance, it doesn't even have to be a big alliance. You can get, 10,000 gold is not really that hard to come by. So 10,000 gold would buy you one of these uh, dungeon things. It's like, and you basically get to kill one monster. I highly recommend picking up the max attack mode, and that's why I bought that $10 pack, because it came with max attack mode. But I'll give you an example. I'm gonna kill a couple of these things, so um, you'll kind of get an idea. And being that I'm trying to show you guys, it probably won't give me any of the speed ups. That's about how it usually goes. Oh, and there's also a lot of events, like at lower levels for that. See, I just got 11 15-minute speed ups there. And you just kind of click these things until there's 11 more speed ups. 11 more. You just kind of click these things till you get a bomb right there. It's always a bomb in the corner there for some reason. You can get gold and stuff too. But anyway, I'm going to kill another monster. See, I got 22 60-minute speed ups there. I mean, when you're leveling up in the beginning, like leveling up your buildings and such, that these speed ups really help. I got 110k more, or I got it twice actually, so I can sit there swinging. You see, I got 11 of little the shackles for the prison, and you also get the items to upgrade the prison, the war books, and you get all those items to upgrade your buildings. So right there, 11 gems. That's pretty good. 4,400 gold, or 440 gold, sorry. And anyway, so yeah, basically that's why I bought that pack. But anyway, what I'm gonna do is kind of give you guys a gist. I don't want a whole lot of power, obviously, because power's bad when you're playing a solo trap. So if I go look at my quests, I have all these kingdom quests that I can collect, but they give me a lot of power. So instead of getting XP that way, I'm going to use daily and alliance quests. And I stocked up on these things. I bought them from, you can get them pretty cheap. I think they're 50,000 honor points from your alliance store. And anyway, just stock up on those. Get as many as you can. Let me go ahead and speed these buildings up. I'm going straight to 14. And honestly, I would go straight to 21, but the reason I'm not is I want to slow this down a little bit for those of you that can't spend. What I'd like to do is show you guys the method that I use for if you don't want to spend. And this was the method that I used prior to spending. So anyway, let me go ahead and upgrade these 2 buildings. But the reason I'm going straight to 14 before I use all those daily resets is because I want to get my hero as high level as possible. The higher level hero, the more skill points you get for specking out for research speed, construction speed, and training speed. That's pretty much, you want to put the minimum amount all the way to those points. Gathering and resource generation is not going to be extremely big. In the early stages, the smaller resource items you get from your alliance gifts and things like that are going to be these little 150, and these, you see these random ones, not these right here, these 150 ones. They're the ones that come in a pack, but if the big white numbers on them. But these other ones are the real random ones you get from alliance gifts or various areas. Those are the ones you'll accumulate, and they'll get you by. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but a good thing to do in the very early stages of the game, I'm only doing the minimum I need to upgrade all my buildings. But in the early stage of the games, if you make 10 of each of these resource, so if you were to make 10, one here all the way throughout here, and then you'll get a quest called, I think it's like food for the kingdom, wood for the kingdom, stone for the kingdom, and iron or ore for the kingdom. It gives you pretty significant amounts of food and different things in XP. So those are good to do right in the beginning, and go ahead and collect those kingdom quests, and then you can kind of deconstruct and reconstruct as you need them. I'm going to make this all food. Food's the hardest resource in the game to come by, other than food, silver. So as far as my base setup, I have barracks, lots of barracks, and villas. I mean, that's basically all I'm going to use until I get the troop count where I want them. And then I'll go down to one barracks, one villa, and all hospitals. Basically, if you're playing the solo trap correctly, you should never lose a troop. I mean, unless you get blasted by a core, but if you do, you should be shielding. And we'll go into that further in the series. We'll do some tests. I'll show you guys how to avoid that kind of stuff. I mean, there's no shame in throwing up a shield to avoid taking a big hit. Anyway, I mentioned before in another video of mine about the, what is it called? Maximizing efficiency. About using help alliances. I'm going to do that to upgrade these next two because they're going to take quite a bit of time. So I'm going to use that so it's sorry, I'm going to collect these gifts first before I drop tags. I was going to feed this account a bunch of VIP points from my main. So I was going to gift it so that I hate opening all this shit. Like, I can't stand this crap. Having to open all this shit, I can't stand it. So anyway, I'll probably VIP myself to 12, which is where you get the open all chests. And yes, it's kind of cheating, it's a sense of not spending, but at the same time, I'm sorry, I don't feel like dealing with all that crap. It takes too much time. But anyway, so the reason I'm going to stop at 14 though, and I haven't done any research really except for pre-jump research. What I'm going to do is I want to get my hero as high level as possible first, and I want to craft as much of this type of gear as I can. Not this type, I'm sorry, bad example. This type. See, this gives me research speed. That's awful though. This one gives me 25%. That's in that little $5 starter pack. So the little 5% research, or the 25% research speed is huge. So anyway, yeah, but I'm trying to get to hero 50 as quickly as possible, and so when I hit 14, this will be at 70% hero XP bonus, and that's huge for when you're using those daily quests, because as you use these, you get XP, and you notice it's not a whole lot, but it adds up when you start popping all those, and if you get better quests. But anyway, I'll use one. See, you got this rare 65 is what it gives, but it actually gave me 117 because of the Gymnos. And something else, and I should have said this in the beginning, but before you do all this, you want to go pop one of these 25% hero XP boosts. They're 2,000 or 2,500 gold, but you get it for 24 hours, and don't waste it. Use every one of those resets, and it's tedious, but it works. All right, so I haven't really even started training troops because I don't want to burn through all my resources and things of that nature. Training these resources or these troops is going to be a lot more efficient once I've done this restorative tree. See, the resource cost reduction and the trap salvaging is huge. And I'll go into more of what research to unlock. This is going to be a true solo trap account, so you won't see me doing any strategic research at all. I will not do any of this. I'm going to use all regular troops. And I'm not going to do any wild combat research because that stuff's just crazy expensive right now. Set bonus, I'll do some, but primarily it's very minimal on set bonus. But I will do in the defensive tree, which is going to be blacked out, but I will get level 7 of most of these things. On the combat tree, I will take this to probably T2, maybe T3. There's a nerf in the game that some of you might not be aware of, and what the nerf is basically you can only have 12 and a half T1s per T4 that you have trained. So if you have 1 million T4 troops, you can have up to 12.5 million T1 troops. But there's a way to kind of bypass that nerf. And just kind of a little backstory. The reason they implemented this nerf is because of there were people like bigger players, much bigger players, and they were amassing like 2 to 3, sometimes 4 billion T1 or T2 troops and not getting any T4 because they're so cheap. And they could eat any, I mean, you could send a 3 million T4 cord rally at this person with no hero, and they would eat that rally. I mean, they would probably lose total of 100 troops. I mean, it was insane of how bad it was. So they implemented this nerf, and it's actually kind of a good thing. So just remember, 12.5 to T1 or T2s to T4. Now, something else to think with that is that nerf doesn't come into play until you unlock T3 and T4 troops. So I'm only going to unlock T2 troops, meaning that I won't have T3, I won't have T4, so I won't get penalized by the nerf. It doesn't work. That's a little loophole that's been put into the game. So as far as traps go, I will unlock T4 traps. T4 traps is what this account is going to be based on. So I'm going to have basically, I think the max, I'm trying to remember the max capacity. I want to say it's 375,000 traps, which is 125,000 of each T4 trap. But yeah, that's where I'm going to go with that on the research. Now, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to do any of that stuff until I get items that speed up my research, because otherwise you're just wasting speed ups. Especially if you're a non-spender, you want to be extremely efficient with that. And sometimes that even means keeping a peace shield up, using your gold for keeping a peace shield, and slow training all your troops. If it takes you a month or 2 months to accumulate the amount of troops that you need to be an effective solo trap, then so be it. I mean, that's just how it is. If you can't spend, then that's how you have to do this. This video is getting pretty long. I wanted to keep these short. Anyway, let me show you all what I'm going to talking about with this Help Alliance. And most of you guys that are watching this are going to be aware of what a Help Alliance is. But I'm going to drop out of my alliance. I was just getting there to get gifts. It's kind of cheating. But anyway, let's go to... Now this Help Alliance right here, Quick, is the best Help Alliance in the game. It's based out of my kingdom that I'm in on my main, and I'd like to say I helped set it up. I offered a lot of... I did have some of the helpers were running from my house, but the guy that runs it, Jay, he's running everything now. He's got all the helps, and you basically get 25 helps in about... It says 2.5 seconds. It's pretty close to that, and I'll show you. I don't have 25 helps. I think I have like 15, but I'll give you an example. All right, we're going to upgrade these walls. And we need... Yeah, I shouldn't use that, but whatever. All right, so let's take note here. Original time is 1 day and 1 hour. Because of the newbie starting gear that I have, which I don't even know if it gives me construction speed. But because of the way I'm skilled, my skill points are in construction. It's shortened down. It's cut over. I mean, like that's less than half of what the original time was. Now, to give you an example of how these help alliances work. Now, I don't have 25 helps, so it's not going to be uh, as much of an impact as it would be if I had 25 helps, but you'll get an idea. Okay, watch. I request help. Watch how fast these helps come in. Here, let me click on this. Okay, bam, 17 helps. I mean, that fast. Watch these other guys, 25, just boom, just across. And they may have, some of the bots may be down for maintenance right now, but, I mean, it's fast. Now, all right, so that shaved about an hour and 20 minutes off of that 11 hour and 40-minute research. So you scale that up to a research that takes, let's say, 500 days. Well, at 25 helps, I think, I'm trying to remember the exact percentage. I want to say at 25 helps, it removes, I think, 25%. I think it's 1% per help, I think is about how it works. So 25%, it may be a little more than that, but you just imagine, let's say 400 days, get rid of 25%, that's 100 days that you don't have to spend now because of using these help alliances. All right, so let's go ahead and speed this up, get this done. I'm sorry, video's running long. I'm going to get it knocked out real quick. Guys, all right, and we're going to go upgrade. Now, storehouse. I hate this thing. By the way, the storehouse ends up getting demolished. It protects, I think, at max level 3 million, 2 million of your resources. Nobody ever has, I mean, I'm on this brand new account and I have 8 million of all my resources except for food. I mean, even a non-spender is going to have what do you call it? More than the 2 million that it gives you. All right, so now we can upgrade our main base. Stronghold, what do you even call it? All right, we're going to 500,000. That may not be enough, no. Let's go with another 150. All right, now watch. 1 day, 16 hours. See how much this shaves off. And each time we level this stronghold, that's more helps. And that's another reason that I'm not doing a whole lot of research until I get higher stronghold level because I want more helps. What was that? Would that start at 1 day and how many hours? Was it 20? I don't remember exactly, but no, we knock this out real quick. Okay. Now, we're Stronghold 14, and I'm not going to make y'all sit through all this, but anyway, we're Stronghold 14, which means our hero can be captured, but it cannot be executed. I don't want to spend my alliance, my honor points on what do you call it? Hero resurrections. Hero resurrections, I think, are. I doubt now they don't even have them. This is a help alliance. So basically, okay. So check this out. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on this video because I encourage it. All right. This help alliance. We just use this help alliance for doing a couple researches or buildings, and we did an inferno or something. So, or we've done three infernos. Now, out of respect, I always recommend this. We're going to say we're a non-spender, so we're pretty broke right now. We don't have a whole lot. So we're going to buy 2 of these 15-minute speed ups. Okay? Now, go into the Alliance City. And, all right, like right here, they're doing this. I'm going to pop those 2 15-minute speed ups I just bought on there for them. Kind of like a little, thank you or something like that. Another thing you can do for a help alliance is go take a on this particular help alliance. I know the way this one's configured. So if you're using this help alliance, the way it works is the R4s, and that's awful because they promoted all the helpers to R4. Let's see. Let's find a good player to do this for. We're gonna do Kilroy was here. Kilroy is a trap account that one of the admins on here. She basically she basically what she does is she mentors and monitors the chat, make sure people are being respectful towards each other, and if people are sitting around not doing helps, they remove them from the alliance so that other people can join. So we're gonna say Kilroy is who we're gonna help out here. Now I have very little gold. Oh, I don't even have gift mode on this account, so I have to do it on my other account. If you don't have gift mode, then the best way to do it is to speed up the alliance, like I just showed you the first time. Okay. So anyway, now that we're 14, I'm gonna, take all the rest of my buildings to 14. I'm gonna get all my farms set up and get them to 14. I'm gonna get my barracks all to 14, and get my villas all to 14. This is gonna be our pausing point to catch up. We're gonna do a few researches, and I'm gonna cover those in the next video. Once we're at that point, though, we will continue to grow, but we're gonna pause at 14 for a little while. I'm impatient, so I'm not gonna be here very long, but I'm gonna pause at 14 to get all my buildings where I want them, and and then get to a place where I feel comfortable. Now, when we were jumping before, we did this thing where we sat in a big alliance, maybe our mains alliance, and we collected gifts, and we did this for a long time. I collected gifts, I want to say, for probably a month. Getting speed ups built up, killing monsters, farming up resources, all that. But keep in mind, when we're farming resources on a jumper account, because we're jumping, we can only bring 5. Can't remember how much it is. 5 million or 500,000 maybe. I don't remember what the cap is on resources that you can bring on the jump. It's pretty low, so it kind of kills that. But we were farming up just different things like resources, speed ups, things. So what we were gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing essentially. If we're not in a big alliance right now, we're gonna put our account back in the main alliance, or we're gonna put our account in a big alliance on the kingdom. Maybe you can talk to some of the people in the kingdom. Say, look, I'm playing a trap account. I know what I'm doing. If you can give me a spot in the alliance, I can promise some growth. And you are going to grow at Stronghold 14 for a while, but you're going to get to a point where you're going to jump again. You're going to go to 21. Not jump to another kingdom, but just jump from 14 to 21. And basically, we're going to go from a weaker version of the trap account to the full level 21 high hero level version, and yeah, we'll get going there. But anyway, I'm gonna call it. This is gonna be the end of this video. I'll get it uploaded in the morning, and if you guys like what you see, sorry I rambled on so long, and I can assure you that the rest of the videos won't be like that. But I had to play catch up for being out for the holidays, and yeah, no, if you like it, subscribe. Let me know in the comments, anything else you want me to cover on, if you want me to cover on a different topic. But we'll continue this series. I'm going to be making a few videos over the next couple of days just on this series, just because I got to get caught up. But we will go ahead and proceed with that. If you like it, subscribe, and look forward to seeing you in the next one.